Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, dear all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
clearly audible.
Okay, fine. So I hope very less number of students joined. Okay. So already the time has reached. So let us we talk about Rajendra Narayana. Please mute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Please mute. Mute କର ତମ ସ୍ପିକର ଅନ୍ ଅଛି। ତ ସ୍ପିକରଟା ଅଫ୍ କର।
Aଜ୍ଞା, sir.
Okay. Fine, dear students. Let us welcome to this digital platform of IGNO on your paper MES-31 educational technology, right? So I hope today we'll talk about some important aspects of educational technology. As you know that we are living in the digital age, technological age. So in every part of our life, in every stage, we need the assistance of technology. And you know very well, this is an age of information and technology, and the use of technology can be seen anywhere in our daily life. Uh, you can say that from beginning of the morning or the starting of the day, we take the help of technology. We use technology for listening news, seeing news, or any other informations. Let us understand what actually educational technology is, how it is important for us, what is the very significant contribution of educational technology in the field of education. And a very simple thing I want to talk about, educational technology is the development, application, and evaluation of systems, techniques, and aids to improve human learning. It is given by NCRT, uh, NCET, UK. So I'm trying to share you a PPT. If it is visible, please tell me. Okay. Please tell. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
clearly
Yes,
visible.
Okay. So let us will see the educational technology in different forms. Another important definition is there on educational technology that Derek has viewed that educational technology is an application of scientific knowledge about learning and condition of learning to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of teaching and learning. So generally ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ପାଠ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି to make it more systematic, more effective, more efficient, more flexible, when you use some You may say technological devices or any software or the application of scientific knowledge to the field of education is known as educational technology. UNESCO also said that educational technology is a communication process resulting from the application of the scientific methods to the behavioral science of teaching and learning. And into communication, this communication may or may not require the use of media such as television, broadcast, radio, cassette, etc. But the main component କିଛି ଅଛି जोटाକୁ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି according to UNESCO in your syllabus in your books you will find also goal or the behavioral objectives କ'ଣ ଅଛି analysis the characteristics of the learner how you will organize the content whatever you are going to teach to your students how to select the most suitable and appropriate content selection of the media को media रे तुमे बाटा पढेबो how you will do evaluation with the help of technology and how you will provide the feedbacks or you may say the how you will provide the remedial approach fine okay today we will see any very brief and in next days we will talk about broadly about this next class onwards but we will see the very basic things of educational technology. Educational technologies you know that they have two terms, combination of two terms. One is education and another is technology. ଆମେ ଟିକେ ଆଗରୁ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଯେ the application of scientific knowledge and principles of technology in the field of education is educational technology. Before going to more, you should have the knowledge about education, you know, the process of bringing off or hiding out the inherent potentialities from the people. Whatever the talent exists within the learner, how will draw out? It is education. The process by which knowledge, skills, attitudes are transmitted to the members of the society. Right? It is, you know, education in so many ways, you know, what do you mean by education? What? Technology, you know, technology refers to the scientific or the scientific techniques as well as technical contrivances which enhances the process of your work culture. Our process as well as our product. It have a significant impact when technology is integrated in the your work culture, in our work life, and you know, every day we use technology. Now also you are communicating to each other with the help of certain electronic gadgets or you may say technology. You have installed Google Meet app. It is also a kind of technological advancement. So it is a systematic way of applying the technique to achieve an objective. तुम टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस रो जहाँ गोल अच्छी जहाँ ऑब्जेक्टिव अच्छी ताको सिस्टमेटिकली द टार्गेट को अचीव करने ପାଇଁ when we employ when we use the technique so educational technology it can be therefore defined as the systematic application of technology in the field of education. In the field of education. So you know very well that how technology is more important for us for strengthening your classroom, for better understanding of the learner, for active participation of the learner, for easy and flexible management of the classes, hassle-free documentation, recording of data and information, systematic evaluation can be possible. So it is the systematic application of technology in the field of education. So you can say that it may be in the form of software, it may be in the form of hardware, isn't it? Okay. So Jem Leth, a very sincere and eminent educationist, pointed out that educational technology is the application of scientific knowledge about learning and the conditions of learning to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of teaching and learning. Generally, why you use technology? Why will integrate the education, the technology in the field of education? You know that the complete digital, the distance education maximum, you know how dependent upon the technological field, technological aspects. Scientific knowledge about learning and the condition of learning to improve the effectiveness of teaching and learning and efficiency of teaching and learning. You know that ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ନର୍ମାଲ କ୍ଲାସ ନେଉଛନ୍ତି ଖାଲି ଲେକ୍ଚର ମାତ୍ର ଗୋଟେ ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି, you will not draw attention of all learners, but when you are using the educational tech, using any kind of electronic gadgets, any kind of teaching aids or video records, projectors, PowerPoint presentations, slides, or any kind of medium you are using, so definitely it brings curiosity among the learner. It creates a very sincere attitude among the learners. As well, it is also helpful for the teachers to save the time, energy, and manage the classes accordingly as per the schedule. Okay. If we talk about the concept of educational technology, we got before, but in a wider term, which is more than the sum of its parts. So it comprises in two important parts. One is technology in education, and technology of education. Very important thing. You must remember. When you talk about technology in education, that is the hardware approach. That is the hardware approach. So technology in education is also called the hardware approach to educational technology because it is concerned with the electronic gadgets such as television, radio, language labs, various other projected media which are being used to facilitate learners, to educate learners. So, technology in education includes tangible aspects of technology, the hardware aspects. So, this technology in education or this side of educational technology has been derived from the principles of physical science. As the main thrust is मुख्य उद्देश्य कौन on the development of the electronic equipments, electronic gadgets and devices like monitor, recorder, camera, projector, all the printers, computers. So all these hardware approach which could be used in the teaching learning process. Definitely we can say that so it is contributing so much to the field of education. Technology in education is very important. So use of audiovisual aids in education we have seen maximally we use for enhancing the skill of the learner, for better participation of the learner, to draw attention of the learners. Those who are the facilitators or teachers, they must have the complete knowledge, idea about handling of the hardware in the teaching learning situation and conditions. Fine. When we talk about the technology of education, education or technology कौन? It is, you know that it is the software approach. So technology of education approach is to the educational technology which involves a systematic, scientific, uh, genuine, accurate, authentic, directed, tested application of appropriate scientific research, both from the physical sciences and from social sciences, such as you may say education, psychology, sociology, to solve a problem. So, here it is very much important to understand that education, technology of education emphasizes on the techniques of teaching and learning which is derived from the principles, the ideas, and whatever the practices drawn from various fields of knowledge like psychology, sociology, philosophy, management studies, cybernetics, whatever you may say. So, in order to optimize the teaching learning process, generally we use software approach. ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଆଜି ଗୁଗଲ ମିଟରେ କ୍ଲାସ ନଉଛନ୍ତି, this is the advancement of software technology and we are using some applications, software, isn't it? Okay. So, in other words, we can say that the technology of education includes intangible aspects of education. Hardware thila tangible aspects and software talks about the intangible aspects of education. For example, teacher हुअନ୍ତୁ or trainers, they generally use a number of methods and techniques while organizing instructional program. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ କିଛି ପାଠ ପଢାନ୍ତି ପଢିବା ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରନ୍ତି ବା କିଛି ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜ କରନ୍ତି ସିଷ୍ଟମେଟିକାଲି we have to present, we have to do so. ଜେନେରାଲି ଟିଚର ମାନେ ଆଉ ଟ୍ରେନର ମାନେ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରକାରର କୌଶଳ, ପଦ୍ଧତି, ବିଧି କୁ ଅବଲମ୍ବନ କରିଥାନ୍ତି। କାରଣ ଯେ ଶିକ୍ଷାଟି କେତେ ଫଳପ୍ରଦ ହେଇପାରିବ, କମ୍ ସମୟ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଆମେ ଭଲସେ ଆମ ଲେସନଟାକୁ ଡେଲିଭରି କରିପାରିବା ଏବଂ ପିଲାମାନେ ତାକୁ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ବୁଝିପାରିବେ, ତା ସହିତ ଲଙ୍ଗର ଟର୍ମ ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ କ୍ୟାପଚର କରିପାରିବେ। ବିକଜ when we say something in audio form, lecture form, they only listen, but the realization aspect is very less there. The connecting of knowledge is less there. You know that only 17% will learn through this. When we use the visual aspects with audio, definitely, sorry, 40% added, right? So it will be very much interesting thing. Okay. So while organizing, teachers definitely use certain methods. So methods like inquiry teaching, simulated teaching, programmed instruction, CAI, computer assisted instruction. These are the results of application of pedagogy principles, derived from psychology of education. If you have studied the psychological part. ଟିକେ ମୁଁ କହିବି ଯେ ଏଠି କ୍ଲାସିଫିକେସନ ଅଫ ଏଜୁକେଶନାଲ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜି ଏଡର ଗେଲ୍ କହିଥିଲେ ଯେ the most widely used classification on the basis of senses educational technology can be visual, visual audio, and audio visual. Right? So we will go one by one in this direction. Before going to that, we must have a idea about the meaning of educational technology. It is a it is a system of five M's. System of five M's. कौन से 5 M? Now M for machines, M for materials, M for men, M for media, and M for methods. So these five works together for the fulfillment of specific educational objectives. We use some machines, electronic gadgets, devices. We use some materials through which we will communicate the learners. What are the study materials, content we use, right? And we have to think about the media, man, and the method in which method we are connecting or communicating our learners. So, meaning of educational technology connotates three meaning. Educational technology 1, 2, and 3. In three heads, we will see E1 refers to the application of physical science and engineering technology for instructional purposes. Or we can talk about the hardware approach. Then, educational technology 2 refers to the application of scientific principles to instruction. That is, in psychological perspective or psychological aspects. I hope someone is on mute, right? Is saying something. It's now okay?
Sir.
Am I audible clearly?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the third one we talk about the Modern view of educational technology, the immersive technology, it incorporates both the software approach and the hardware approach, that is system approach, right? So next we will know the nature of educational technology actually. It will be very interesting thing that ଏମିତି କୌଣସି ଦିନ ନାହିଁ ଆଜିର ସମୟରେ ଆମେ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜିକୁ ଛାଡ଼ିକି ରହୁଛନ୍ତି। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ତ ଆଣ୍ଡ୍ରଏଡ୍ ଫୋନ୍ ଅଛି and you everybody where they are using, and those who are teachers definitely they are using smart boards and smart TVs, the teaching learning process, or you may say they are using Android devices and smart mobiles, smartphones, and tablets in classrooms for involving learners. So, what is the nature? The educational technology is the application of scientific principles to education. We got it. It lays stress on the development of methods and techniques for selective teaching learning, isn't it? So it stresses the importance of development of methods. Which methods? ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ନ ହେଇଥିଲା ଆମେ ଭର୍ଚୁଆଲ ମୋଡରେ ପାଠ ପଢିବା କ'ଣ ଭୁଲି ଯାଇ ଜାଣିନଥିଲେ। You know that we have to take classes in Google Meet, we have to take classes on Zoom or any other software and applications we are using. We are making video calls, we are making audio calls and conferences, audio conferences, video conferences, attending your national webinars, international e-conferences, isn't it? It's the development and advancement of this educational technology. And stresses development of techniques for selecting teaching learning. Which method, which procedure will be more suitable, appropriate, and systematic for which teaching learning process, which content. So it emphasizes the designing of measuring instruments for testing learning outcomes. Definitely. It involves input, output, and process aspects of education. We strongly agree with this. Definitely designing ଭଲ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟକୁ ପଢାଉଛନ୍ତି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ, so ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ systematic way in pictorial form, audio form, and some other devices are added to your lesson, your class, definitely it brings some amount of interest and curiosity among the learners, isn't it? Are you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you know that our evaluation process also going easy. So all are able to communicate in Odia, or you may say Hindi or English, because I don't know how many from out of state, out of Odisha. Are there any out of Odisha? ଓଡ଼ିଶା ବାହାରେ କେହି ଅଛ କି? ଜିତେନ୍ଦ୍ର ତ ନୁହଁ, ତପସ୍ୱିନୀ ନୁହଁ, ବିରଞ୍ଚି ନୁହଁ, ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥ ନୁହଁ, ୟାକିନ ଖାନ୍ନା and Orpita Martha Itina Marla. I'm asking you. Are you getting
Yes, sir,
me?
I'm getting. I am from Odisha only.
Yes, sir. We are not from. I am also from
Okay,
Odisha.
okay, fine. Okay, fine. Very good. Well, so we are talking about that. It involves the teaching learning process. In teaching learning process, it involves input, output, and the process aspects of education. So, how interesting you should think that we have to document, we have to make records, we have to store it in registers previous days. But nowadays, we have to enter the data. It will be saved in drives, in Google Drives, and in other drives for longer period of time, isn't it? Okay, fine. So, if we talk about the significance of educational technology, it helps to release the teacher from the routine role of information giving. Regularly, teacher man आसुले क्लास रे पढ़ाउथिले पुଣି पढ़ाउथिले. It was a routine of giving information daily basis. But when you integrate the educational, integrate the technological or ICT in the teaching learning process, it makes more direct fun, energy, legibility, accuracy, isn't it? So more time of planning, arranging and evaluating learning experience and outcomes happened. You get enough time to plan, isn't it? Arrangement. You have to arrange a meeting, just create a Google form, share it in WhatsApp. You will get data within 1 day. କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମକୁ ଗୋଟେ ସେମିନାର ବା ୱାର୍କସପ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ହେଉଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ we have to visit many places to invite the guest. Now we are sending the email invitation and they are getting, they are accepted, and they are joining also in virtual mode reading classes. So it's doing well. So definitely time saving, bringing flexibility, arranging the content very systematically. You can evaluate the learning process, learning experiences, and also the outcomes. Creation of a multimedia learning environment in the classrooms. It is better to have visual rather than only audio. Visual and audio, multimedia, you are using a filmy or a motion picture or a short video for engaging students in your class. So definitely create a it will bring curiosity among the learners. So it is the importance is that it creates a good learning environment for the learners with the help of multimedia tools. Again, if you talk about the significance of technology, it's going on. Involvement of maximum senses. ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଖାଲି ପଢଉଥିଲେ ଲେକ୍ଚର ମେଥଡରେ ସେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା ପିଲାମାନେ ଖାଲି ଶୁଣୁଥିଲେ, ଇୟର କାମ ହଉଥିଲା, only ear. But when you are using a video, she is listening, she is hearing, she is using her experience with the previous experience, seeing, connecting the past experience by any kind of technological device or modules you have prepared, and they are touching it, isn't it? So involvement of maximum senses increased. You tell us also the maxims of teaching. What? Proceed from known to unknown. They are going to from new things, new knowledge, new informations. They are proceeding from simple to complex, from simple to complex aspects. Proceed from easy to difficult with the help of educational technology. proceed from concrete to abstract also, from concrete ଜିନିଷରୁ abstract ଜିନିଷକୁ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ. This is also protected from particular to general, from some to more, some to all. Fine. So this is the very good significance, and we say it's a retention compellers. You know that educational technology ଯେତେବେଳେ integrate ହେଉଛି teaching learning process ରେ ବା ICT integrated learning ହେଉଛି ଯେତେବେଳେ ପିଲାଟି ସେନ୍ସ organ maximum utilize ହେଉଛି ତାର ଆଉ ସେ realistic learning environment ରେ ରହୁଛି ତା retention capacity ଟା longer period ହେଉଛି. It also motivating the learners, motivating force. It is playing a role of motivating force to participate in the teaching learning process, to show interest. It reduces verbalism and monotonous teaching. ଆଗରୁ ଖାଲି କଥା କହୁଥିଲେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଶୁଣୁଥିଲେ ବା ଯୋଉ monotonous teaching ଥିଲା, it has been eradicated, or you may say reduced, due to the integration of by the use of software as well as hardware technology in the teaching learning process. ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଖାଲି କଥା କହିକି ବୁଝଉଥିଲେ ଯଦି ସେ ଜିନିଷଟା ଆମେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖେଇଲେ ଭିଡିଓ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ତାହେଲେ ତା କନସେପ୍ଟଟା ମୋର କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଲା, ମୋର ଡାଉଟ୍ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଲା, isn't it? Next is it helps in clarifying the concepts, the doubts, the questions, and the queries among the learners. Whatever question comes to her mind during the teaching learning process or before the teaching learning process about the content, it can be more clarified when he is involved in the technological learning situation. Because here we use some more accurate, more valid and appropriate method and teaching learning materials to clarify the queries and doubts of the learner. You can use a video clips, short video. You can show in the PPT, PowerPoint presentations form, or any other form you can use. Again, we can say that it's the substitute for a direct experience. ପିଲାଟି ନନ୍ଦନକାନନ ଯାଇ ନାହିଁ, ବାଘ, ଭାଲୁ ବା ହରିଣକୁ ସେ ଦେଖିନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଖାଲି ଶୁଣିଛି ଯେ ବାଘ ଅଛି, ଭାଲୁ ଅଛି, ହରିଣ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି. କିନ୍ତୁ when we added this advancement of technology in the learning environment, here she is identifying actually whatever I have learned my previous knowledge, connecting her previous knowledge with the present knowledge. So she identifies or she recognizes the animal. This is tiger, this is bear, and this is deer. So it is a substitute of for direct experience. Again, it meets inadequate resources. Suppose in your school you are working, there are more number of students in a class, but you have 2 3 teachers, you are taking so many classes, but suppose in a class there are 60 students in a class 9 suppose, but you cannot make it two groups because of the less number of teachers has been appointed in your school. If you have digital boards, computer assisted devices, sound system, then you can be reachable to them with the help of these devices. So it means inadequate resources. If you don't have adequate resources in your school, college, or university, with the help of these technological devices and aids, you can meet the needs. It also develops a scientific attitude among the learners as well as the teachers. Definitely the learners, because we see, we test, we experimented, we visioned. When this kind of things happens around you, so a scientific vision develops. Scientific vision always believes in the evidence, in the proofs. So it comes to the evidental part, proof part, and experimental part. So develops a scientific attitude among the learners as well as teachers. Again, it helps in better learning and retention. How better learning happens? You know that when a student will come to the digital board and draw a font on, you may say, the digital board, then her learning will be more meaningful, fruitful, and the retention capacity of a thing is really better. ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଆସିକି ବ୍ଲାକବୋର୍ଡରେ କିଛି କନସେପ୍ଟ ତମେ କହୁଛ, ପିଲାଟି ଆସିକି ଲେଖିଦେଇକି ଯାଉଛି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ବୋର୍ଡରେ, ତାର ରିଟେନସନ କାପାସିଟି ବଢୁଛି, ତାକୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଇ କ୍ୟାଚିଂ ହଉଛି. It is tested, it is proved, it is, you know, research says. Again, we can say that it makes teaching learning attractive, curious, interesting, attractive, interesting, inspirational, and effective. I am very much agree with this. That we all make the learning possible and meaningful with the help of these technologies, educational technologies. Classroom को attractive केମିତି କରିବ? By showing TV, so you may say short videos, by projectors, by audio recorders, tape recorders, or anything you are using to make it happen. And today we are using some number of tablets, smartphones. So it caters to individual difference of students. Everybody have the opportunity, equal opportunity, facility to present their views, their opinions regarding the lesson. ଆଗରୁ ପିଲାଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ସରି ଟିଚରଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ପିଲାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ଭ୍ୟୁ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଏଗ୍ରି ହଉନଥିଲେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଫର୍ମ ଦିଆଗଲା, ଗୁଗୁଲ ଫର୍ମ, ସେ ଫର୍ମରେ ବା ଅନ୍ୟ କୌଣସି ଫର୍ମ ଦିଆଗଲା ସେ ଫର୍ମରେ ୟୁ ୱିଲ୍ ପୁଟ୍ ଏ ଭ୍ୟୁ ବଟ୍ କିଏ ସେତେ ଭ୍ୟୁଟା ଦେଲା ଜଣା ପଡ଼ିବ ନାହିଁ ବଟ୍ somebody have viewed. I have known about some that kind of technological sites. In my next classes I will tell you the websites where you can collect the informations from the students without knowing their names if they don't want to show their name. Those are shy in nature. ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ କ୍ରିଏଟିଭିଟି ବଢିବ, they will be more interested and they will say this is I am. So it tries to cater the individual difference of the learners. Now we'll think about the principles of educational technology. The first and foremost principle is principle of purposiveness. It talks about in which purpose we are using the educational technology, in which purpose we are following the guidelines of teaching learning process integrating ICT. It also talks about the principles of economy, how many times you will spend your money in which field. Is it more cost effective or not? Principle of AS in the use of an aid, teaching aid, where, when, and how to use the teaching learning materials. Principles of availability. Everywhere you can take the technology or information. Pen drive data entry है तुम गोटे पीपीटी बनैला पेन ड्राइव रखिल पृथ्वी घूरिक आसिल कि ना जो से क्लास ना अमेरिकार क्लास नहीं पार इंडिया रे क्लास नहीं पार पाकिस्तान भी क्लास नहीं पार पाकिस्तान जीव कि नहीं जानी. So principles of availability, principles of simplicity also. It's very simple that no complexity will come in delivering the lessons. Educational technology. Principles of stimulations also. You should have the knowledge about how to use this, isn't it? You have to have knowledge about the how to use the applications, what are the system, the functions of this, isn't it? And also, another principle, that is principle of self, that is self preparation. Okay, that is self preparation. So it is another important principles of educational technology. Now we'll proceed towards the audio visual aids. So before going to that, classification of educational technology I am going to teach. So teaching learning aids are classified in several ways. Edgar Dell cone of experience provides us with one such possibility of classifying them. कौन कहते? Now, educational technologies are classified on the basis of four important characteristics, that is, stimulation provided to the sense organs, learners' control over media, types of experience they provide, and their reach, how they are getting it. So, first we talk about the verbal or visual print or duplicated print form. Audio visual will go one by one. जोटा visual projected जोटा मैं कहूँ visual printed by projected. One by one we'll say I'm taking in very telling it once and then we'll see one by one slide. Visual ले कौन आସୁଛି verbal ले text book आସୁଛି supplementary books आସୁଛି reference book आସୁଛି ଏନସାଇକ୍ଲୋପିଡ଼ିଆ ଆସୁଛି, ମାଗାଜିନ୍ ଆସୁଛି, ନ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ପେପର, articles, documents, clippings, duplicate written materials, program learning materials, self instruction modules develop କରିଛ, case studies, case reports, all this comes under the visual form. The visual ର କ'ଣ verbal বা projected. If we talked about uh, visual non projected two dimensional କଥା କହିବା, two dimensional thing, blackboard writing and drawing, charts हो, poster हो, maps, diagrams, graphs, photographs, cartoons, comic strips, all these things comes to this level. If we talk about the audio, ଆମର ଅଡ଼ିଓ କ'ଣ, ଆମର ନିଜର ଭଏସ୍ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଅଡ଼ିଓ ନୁହେଁ କି, ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ଭଏସ୍, ଗ୍ରାମଫୋନ୍ ରେକର୍ଡସ୍, ଅଡ଼ିଓ ଟେପ୍ସ ରେକର୍ଡସ୍, ଷ୍ଟେରିଓ ଫୋନ୍ ରେକର୍ଡସ୍, ରେଡ଼ିଓ ବ୍ରଡକାଷ୍ଟ ହଉ, ଟେଲିଫୋନିକ୍ କନଭରସେସନ୍ ହଉ, ଇଏ ସବୁ ଅଡ଼ିଓରେ ଆସୁଛି। ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଭିଜୁଆଲ ଅଛି, ଭିଜୁଆଲ ବଟ୍ ନନ୍ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟେଡ୍, ଥ୍ରୀ ଡାଇମେନ୍ସନାଲ କ'ଣ ଅଛି, ମଡେଲ, ମକଅପ୍ বা ଡାଏରାମା ହଉ, ଗ୍ଲୋବ୍ ହଉ, ରିଲିଫ୍ ମ୍ୟାପ୍ ହଉ, ସ୍ପେସିମ୍ୟାନ୍ ହଉ, ପପେଟ୍ ବି ହଉ, ହୋଲୋଗ୍ରାମ ବି ହଉ, ଆଉ କିଛି ଅଛି ଭିଜୁଆଲ ଏଡ୍ସ ବଟ୍ ଦେ ଆର୍ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦେ ଆର୍ ଭେରି still STILL, they are slides, film strips, overhead projector, transparency, microfilm বা micro card, computer, all these things. Again, you should know that audio visual projected with motion pictures, film, television हो, closed circuit television हो, video cassette ବା disc हो, ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଆଗରୁ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ। ଆଉ ଆଜିକା ଯୁଗରେ ନ୍ୟୁ ଏମର୍ଜିଂ ମିଡିଆ, ଅଲ୍ ଦିସ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦି ଆର୍ ମଲ୍ଟି ସେନ୍ସୋରୀ, ଟେଲିକନଫରେନ୍ସିଂ ବା ଗ୍ରୁପ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ ଥ୍ରୁ ଟେଲିଫୋନ୍ ଆମେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଭିଡ଼ିଓ କନଫରେନ୍ସରେ ବି କଥା ହେଉଛନ୍ତି, କେବୁଲ ଟେଲିଭିଜନ ହେଉଛି, ଲୋକାଲାଇଜ୍ ଟେଲିଭିଜନ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ନାମରେ ମେସେଜ ପାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସାଟେଲାଇଟ୍ ଟେଲିଭିଜନ ହେଉଛି, କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ସାଟେଲାଇଟ୍ସ ବି ଅଛି, କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ନେଟୱାର୍କିଂ ଅଛି, ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ, ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ଡିସ୍କ ଅଛି, ମିନି କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର୍ସ ଅଛି, ମାଇକ୍ରୋ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ଅଛି, word processor भी अच्छी, so many things we are getting it in this form, right? Then we should see that audio visual aids materials that help to make learning experiences clear and vivid by appealing to these senses are called audio visual aids. So the elective application of such technology is audio visual technology, also known as educational communication technology, audiovisual media, learning resource, instructional or educational media. So these are the other name of audiovisual aids. Audiovisual aids are multisensory materials which motivate and stimulate the individual. These are planned educational materials that appeal to the senses of students, quicken learning facilities for better understanding, for clear understanding of the learner. So, according to Edgar Dale, audiovisual aids are those devices by the use of which communication of ideas between these persons and groups in various teaching and training situation is helped. Definitely we should agree how beautiful content is this. So we cannot ignore at all the audio visual aids. Fine. Okay. So psychology of using, what is the reason of psychology behind using the audio visual aids? So Confucius କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ I hear, I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. So you should know that the psychology behind using audio visual aids in teaching learning process. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଶୁଣନ୍ତି, ଖାଲି ଶୁଣିବା, they will come, you will forget. I see, I remember. When we see visually, definitely we will remember. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ସି ହିୟର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଡୁ ମିନ୍ସ ଆମେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ମିନ୍ସ ଡେଫିନେଟଲି ଶୁଣୁଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି. We do, I understand, and it will be more permanent and longer time for the learner. So this is the reason behind the using of audio visual aids in the teaching learning scenario. What research says shows that people generally remember 10% what they read. ଆମେ ଯାହା ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯାହା ଶୁଣନ୍ତି ଆମେ କେବଳ 10% ମନେ ରଖନ୍ତି ଖାଲି ପଢିକି. 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear, 70% of what they say, 90% of what they say and do. So this arithmetic, but not exact, highlights the importance of audiovisual aids. I have reported here, but it may not be the exact form, but it is the result of a research report talks about the importance of audiovisual aids in teaching learning scenario. You know that the classification of audiovisual aids may be in three heads: projected aid, non-projected aid, and activity aids. Projected, non-projected, and you may say the activity. Fine. Here we will see the projected aids. Projected aids is one which item to be observed in projected on a screen using electronic and mechanical devices. Right? So we'll see the projected aids. So here we can see the teaching learning aids, projected aids, non-projected aids, and activity aids. In the projected aids, film and film projector, film strip and film strip projector, slides and slide projector, epidoscope and overhead projector, television, LCD projector, DPL projector. In non-projected, three-dimensional is there, two-dimensional is there, audio aids there, graphic aids there. In graphics, diagrams, posters, maps, cartoons, comics, flashcards, pictures, photographs, charts, timeline. In display, you can see whatever we show in the black classroom: blackboard, roller board, baseboard, book and loop board, flannel board, magnetic board, photograph, जो bulletin board. So in 3D, it's models, objects, swing, diorama, puppets, and globes, etc. You use in three-dimensional aids. Audio video aids you can talk about radio, tape recorder, public address system, and in activity aids generally learners are involved. Field trips, excursion, exhibitions you are doing, demonstration you are doing, dramatization you are doing, museum, planetarium, aquarium, isn't it? So, webinars, we are working something, teaching machine, programmed learning, computer assisted instruction, all these forms come to this. Okay, film projector, films in the form of motion pictures, it enriches learning by learning by presenting a series of meaningful experience involving motion, and we can change, enlarge, or reduce the actual size of the object. We suit the need of the content, or you may say the matter we are going to discuss in the classroom. A topic, fine. Film strip projector. Film strip is the connected series pictures, drawings, or photographs. Some film strips are accompanied with sound, Slide projector. The pictures or diagrams which are drawn in suitable medium is called slide. Glass or transparency is there. Epidoscope. Generally, we see used for the projection of opaque objects, pictures, photographs, drawings, or an opaque material within the size of the platform of the pedoscope can be projected. A pedoscope can project opaque as well transparent objects. So you should see the what is a pedoscope is. You can see here. When there is not the availability of the projectors, so a pedoscope you use for class. And nowadays we are not using this. Everybody they are using smart boards for lesson. And there is also overhead projector OHP. Overhead projectors are also there. It's very uh, it's interesting to know that this is called overhead projector because it projects the image behind and over the head of the teacher. The transparent visual is placed on a horizontal platform at the top of the light source. Here, the teacher can place the transparent plate on the platform and write or draw on it anything that is to be visualized using suitable pen. So it was also interesting. You can find it in Google if you search that OHP. How interesting is this? And you know very well the LCD projector is nowadays. You are using everybody. You are using LCD projector or not? Liquid crystal display LCD is the most advanced and sophisticated projected aid. LCD replaced all other projected and non-projected aids today. You know that in our colleges, schools, and universities we are using this, isn't it? Fine. So LCD replaced all the other projected and non-projected aids today and can present a topic by using computer-made slide, graphs, pictures, video clips, movies, and special effects we can see in this. ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟର ଏଲ୍ ସି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟର ଏବେ ତମେ ବି ଦେଖିଥିବ ତମ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ସ୍କୁଲରେ କଲେଜରେ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟିରେ ପ୍ରାୟ ଅଛି and teachers are massively using this. Non-projected aids we have just talked in very previous picture. Graphic aids, display boards, three-dimensional aids, and audio. ads. If we talk about the graphic ads, it's not ads. We talk about the graphic ads. You know, the visual ads such as graphs, pictures, charts, etc. They can convey the message by combination of written and pictorial visuals that could be meaningful by suitable captions. The criteria for good graphics are that they should be simple, legible, and brief. Okay, I have shown the picture here for the graphs. Graphic aids graphs shows relationship between two variables, bar graphs, line graphs, diagrams, etc. And the diagrams talk about explain many factors at the same time, explains factors more clearly. And you can see also in when you are preparing PowerPoints, you can see the designs here. How many designs are there? You can use in the class in the PowerPoint presentations, isn't it? Also, you can see the transitions you can be added here. The animation system is there. So we can the matter is that how adequately you are integrating the technology into your teaching learning process, right? So if we talk about the system approach to educational technology, we'll go one by one graphic arts and we'll talk about the graphic ad posters bold and attractive representation of ideas catches eye and conveys the message maps accurate representation geographical and industrial political historical you can do anything any map you can draw, right? Graphic aid flashcard picture and photographs used in language specifically in lower classes exhibits for new seconds. Pictures and photograph makes the idea of clear and comprehensive knowledge about something, some content or anything else. Charts is showing the picture in a large. Combination of graphic and pictorial media, different types and display charts, flow chart, tabular chart, tree chart, time chart. In different form we can so I'll make it large for the explanation. You can see or you can pictorially explain it in tabular form. You can explain it tabular chart. You can show so many things will be written here. Display boards, blackboard, roller board, or a page board. How you are using it in the system. Look and loop and hook and loop board. Also nowadays it is not using flannel board. You know that the in the uh, visually impaired or any other school those who have special childrens they like to catch the pictures with the flannel boards and also in some schools for creating curiosity among the learners in schools flannel boards are used to show the activities the lessons and the assignments given to the learners. Display boards are also there to engage the learners in magnetic bullet form board and in bulletin board. We have mentioned by pointing something or you are In a magnetic board, you are attaching something and telling the students to arrange something around, right? To arrange a word, arrange a lecture, same letters in one place, one box. So, so many ways there are we use the teaching learning. But in teaching learning process, we use the technology to make learning more interesting. This is the enhancement of technology in teaching learning process. If you talk about the three dimensional aids, if you see this picture, I want to draw your attention that original 3 dimension. Fine, models are objects. Models are concrete representation of objects. They are size being adjusted to make it handy and conveniently observable. It clearly exhibits the structure of function of the objects. So objects may be defined as the real thing from their natural swing, rock, coin or stamp form. We'll see another picture here. You can see I am making it larger. One second.
Hello. Teaching. Hello. Sir, audio କିଛି ହଉନି?
Is it audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have said many things. Oh, sorry. Is now audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir.
Okay, fine. I am talking only, but I have forgotten to make it unmute. Okay, I am repeating again the system approach to educational technology, right? I am saying that till now we have discussed that educational technology covering a wide range of instructional media and also it contributes to effective learning. So you know that the teaching learning process has uh, become quite complex, isn't it? Therefore, it is very much important to plan how we are going to develop the quality of educational technology material, which will be include both hardware and software. So, a both hardware software include kari modern form, that is system approach. So, the system approach to design and analysis of teaching training in situation is the basis of greater majority of modern technology related to development. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତୁମେ କହିପାରିବ, you can say that system approach to educational technology is the heart of technology of education and training. Again, I'm repeating, system approach to educational technology is the heart of technology of education and training. So let us will know how system approach help us. ଆମକୁ କେମିତି system approach help କରୁଛି? You know that system approach is a borrowed concept from the engineering, science and cybernetics term which deals with na self-sustaining systems. So, however, the term system and system approach have been used in a variety of ways. Therefore, let us first to understand the concept of system approach. ଆଉ ଟିକେ ମୁଁ clearly ତୁମକୁ କହୁଛି ଯେ in educational technology context, A system is any collection of interrelated parts that together constitute a larger part as whole. Webster dictionary कौन कहूची define करूची system as regularly interlinking system as regularly interacting or independent group of items forming a unified whole. So these components कौन parts of elements of system are intimately linked with one another. Jodi, if we will not use the CPU, will the monitor computer work? Isn't it? So it may be directly or indirectly in any change of one more elements can be affected. Performance change ହେଇପାରେ. In other words, we can say that we may view system with number of subsystem or components. छोटो example ଟେ ନଉଛି. Computer which is a system has so many components. CPU ଅଛି, monitor ଅଛି, printer ଅଛି, mouse ଅଛି, isn't it? So all these keyboards ଅଛି, all these components have to work coherently to produce a good work. ଯଦି ଆମେ କିଛି result କାଢିବା, we have to work collectively or coherently, right? So therefore, a system approach is the systematic effort to coordinate all the components of interacting system to achieve our objectives. ଆମେ जो objective frame କରିଛନ୍ତି कौन कौन से step ହେଇପାରେ? So instructional objectives, so steps, what can be the steps? What can be the steps? How we will use it? What can be the steps? प्रथमे हमको we have to analyze the existing situation कौन अच्छी. Then setting up goals of desired situation. तापर हमको देखिବାକୁ पड़िबा कौन मेकानिज्म हम यूज करबा टू इवैल्यूएट द आवर गोल्स. हमर जा गोल अछि ताको अचीव करिया पई what kind of mechanisms we have to use. Then we can talk about that generating alternative solutions यार अन्य कौन रास्ता है समाधान पाई. Choosing the best possible solutions through cost benefit analysis. Best possible solution कौन ही पारियो. Again, we have to detailing the design of system. We have to know this by step we follow, we can achieve it. Then working out the solution. Working out of the solution. What the intended result will come. So we can say that system approach always attempt to mold the input to the course in such a way to enable the optimum assimilation of knowledge. ଆମେ କେତେ ଭଲ କେତେ better learn କରିପାରିବା. Knowledge and skill to take place during the learning process and to maximize the learning outcomes. Product ଟା କେତେ ଭଲ ଆସିପାରିବ. ସେମିତି system approach to educational technology also permits the teachers, students, the practitioners to optimize the effectiveness to improve the teaching learning process. Therefore, the use of systems approach has the following has the major number of advantages. I'm taking care of these advantages, then we'll try to make it end. First, you know very well all the system. It provides a conceptual framework for to build plans for implementing changes in education. It also helps to identify the suitability of resource materials to achieve specific goals. Significance it helps to access the resource need. There are sources and facilities in relation to quantity, time, technological advancement that could be used to provide integration of machines, media, manpower, people for attaining the defined goal. So always system approach always permits an orderly introduction of components demonstrated to be required for the success of system in terms of student learning. So I can say that the rigidity in the plan of action is avoided as a continuous evaluation efforts desired beneficial changes to be made. Therefore, we'll think that okay, so there is importance of system approach in teaching learning process, right? So these are the discussions of today, and let us will conclude it. We have learned about the concept of educational technology, which includes the development, application, and evaluation of systematic knowledge. Also teaching aids, there is another dramatization. Through dramatization, we are learning also. Students learn better. We'll see. We are talking about that. What we learned. We learned that about the concept of educational technology, which includes what development, application, and evaluation of systemic knowledge about learning and teaching and instruction to teaching and training with the aim of improving the quality, efficiency, and effectiveness. We also talked about two components of educational technology: hardware approach, software approach, system approach. The evolution of we have talked about the different types of aids, teaching aids, audio visual aids, projected aids, non-projected teaching aids, significance of educational technology, nature and characteristics of educational technology in so many forms. Right. If we talk about the components, the goals of behavioral objectives, analysis of characters of learners, selection of organization of content, selection of media, evaluation feedback, isn't it? So, in next classes, we'll talking about some impacts and other aspects of educational technology. Okay, thank you very much. Any question comes to your mind or anything you want to say, please you may tell. Anything you want to say?
Thank you, sir. Today I just feel great to hear you from educational technology, and I learned so many things from you. And I want to say that these lessons you taught had helped me, and this also encouraged me to learn in future also. Thank you for this nice session, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for today's class. Anybody have any more question? Josna, Siddharth, Siddharth, sorry, Siddhant Sahu, Rajendra Narayan. Okay, okay. So thank you very much, dear students. Thank you.